Alright, let's talk about one of the wildest power trips in all of anime. I'm talking, of course, about Rimuru Tempest. In this whole epic journey, it all starts with him being, well, a slime.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How does the weakest, most basic level 1 monster you can possibly imagine somehow become the final boss? The one who can literally create and wipe out entire universes? Yeah, it's a wild ride. Let's dig into how it all happened.
Okay, so it all kicks off with his reincarnation. Now, most people who get reborn into this world get a new human body, right? Not Rimuru. Nope. His dying thoughts on Earth, wishing he wasn't in pain, or bleeding, or cold, that stuff actually became the programming language that built his new body. And the result? A slime.
But here's the real kicker. The world didn't just make him a slime. It also handed him this little gift, the unique skill, Great Sage. You really got to think of this thing as a super advanced AI. It's basically a cheat code hardwired right into his soul, and it is the engine for everything that comes next. And right from the get-go, Rimuru sets up his main gameplay loop. Eat strong things, get strong powers. And his first two snacks? Oh, just a legendary Storm Dragon and a world-famous hero. Talk about a solid head start, huh? This early phase is absolutely crucial. It builds his whole foundation. From Veldora the dragon, he gets this massive, bottomless tank of raw magical power. And from Shizu the hero, he doesn't just get a human form, he also gets this incredible skill called Degenerate. This thing lets him combine and separate abilities, basically turning him into a master skill crafter.
So, that brings us to his first real test. He's not just a slime surviving in a cave anymore. He's a leader, and he's staring down a true world-level threat, the Orc Disaster. And believe me, this fight changes everything. Because of course, what does he do? He consumes the Orc Disaster. And by doing that, his signature skill, Predator, gets a massive upgrade. Remember that eat and evolve cycle we talked about? Well, this is the first time it pays off in a truly game-breaking way.
Predator levels up into his first ever ultimate skill, Gluttony. Now, you have to understand, in this world, just having an ultimate skill is a huge deal. It puts you in a whole different league. It's a power that can literally just ignore any weaker skill. With this, he's not just strong anymore, he's officially playing in the big leagues.
Okay, but the next evolution, this is where things get serious. This is a real turning point. After a brutal, devastating attack on his city and his people, Rimuru makes a choice. He's going to ascend, and he doesn't care what it costs.
And the price is steep. To become what's known as a true demon lord, he needs souls. A lot of them, 20,000. And he gets them by wiping out the entire invading army in one single, absolutely terrifying move.
And this just shows you the insane jump in power. He goes from being a really, really strong monster to a true demon lord, a being on the same level as the most ancient and powerful rulers of the world, and now he's rocking multiple ultimate skills.
So his gluttony skill evolves again, this time into Beelzebub. And the key upgrade here is something called soul consumption. Think of it as an absolute unstoppable delete button. It doesn't matter where you are, across the battlefield, across the planet, even in another dimension, if he targets your soul, it's just gone. Instantly. Game over.
At the same time, his most important skill, Great Sage, evolves into a Raphael, the Lord of Wisdom. This is his ultimate strategic computer. It gives him future sight, it can upgrade his other skills, and it can analyze and understand literally any phenomenon in the universe. So now he's got the perfect offense with Beelzebub and the perfect defense and strategy with Raphael. He's a complete package. So let's just take a breath and recap. We've gone from slime to a monster with a cool skill, to a leader with his first ultimate skill, to a full-blown demon lord with god-class powers. It's been a crazy ride, right? Well, believe it or not, we're only about halfway through.
So what comes next? Well, Rimuru basically breaks the power scale completely. He transcends the whole idea of being a demon or a monster, and he becomes a true dragon. We're talking one of the fundamental, primordial forces of the entire world.
But to get there, it's not easy. He has to fight two other true dragons at the same time. I mean, just look at this power gap. We're talking numbers here. He's up against beings with more than 20 times his raw power. On paper, it's just impossible. There's no way he should win. So how in the world does he pull it off?
It's not about punching harder, it's about trust. In the heat of the battle, when his super smart skill Raphael is failing, he doesn't get mad. He actually comforts it, he encourages it, and he gives it a name, Ciel. And this simple human act of kindness triggers another impossible evolution.
Raphael evolves past being just an ultimate skill. It becomes a manus, a true, sentient consciousness. Ciel isn't just an AI anymore. She is a thinking, feeling partner. A partner who just so happens to have the authority to manipulate the very fabric of reality itself, to literally rewrite the source code of the universe.
And with Ciel on his side, Rimuru does the impossible. He becomes the 5th true dragon. This unlocks a whole new level of crazy powers. We're talking fundamental control over space and time, an entire infinite dimension that is his personal playground. And to top it all off, Ciel takes all of his other awesome ultimate skills and merges them into one single, unbelievably broken ability, Void God Azathoth.
So where do you even go from there? You're a god-tier being, you've transcended mortality, you've got control over space-time. What's left? Well, you go after the very laws of physics themselves.
See, Rimuru had one last weakness, an ability called Time Stop, which basically happens in a world of pure information. But guess what? His partner, Ciel, is now an information-based life form herself. So together, they just analyze it, figure it out, and conquer it. He can now move and fight freely in a world where time for everyone else is completely frozen solid.
And that brings us to the absolute peak. After he gets tossed to the literal end of time and space and survives, Ciel comes to him with a simple question. She basically asks if he'd like her to create a brand new universe for him using the particles of nothingness. Not conquer a universe, create one.
So yeah, from the weakest monster in the forest to a literal creator god, it is an absolutely unbelievable journey. And it really just leaves you with one final question to chew on. When you can create reality itself, what is there left to conquer? What does winning even look like at that point?